Yes, sir, I got you. Greatness. This is your boy Young Hump, and I'm on this upcoming episode of our Only Touch Greatness.
Born and raised in LA. What was childhood like for you growing up?
Oh man, this is West LA on the microphone 1212. LA, man. I'm proud to be from my city, you know, the greatest city on the planet. I said that. And you know, everybody's supposed to feel like that about their city, but I definitely got a city to feel like that about. There's a lot of LA haters, but whatever. You know what I mean? I love it, man. I mean, you know, growing up in LA, man, it's like I grew up in a real nice area. You know what I mean? So you never hear Young Hump, you know, kicking no fake childhood ghetto struggle story. My struggle has been more in recent times getting this paper together. But I grew up real, you know, nice and comfortable, so was allowed to flourish in my artistic endeavors. And, you know, I love it out here, man. It's, you know, purple and gold on mine.
Okay. Yeah. When did you first know you wanted to make music for your career?
You said when was you know, before I got into rapping and shit, I was a comic book dude. I used to want to draw comic books. And I realized at a certain point I was more into the writing than I was into the tedious drawing. And you know, it was like I always loved rap and just I don't remember the first time I rapped, but I remember the first time me and my homie sat down and decided to write a rap, and I never stopped. He just did it that one time, but I stuck with it. And really, at the beginning, it wasn't even on some make music. It was just rap. And I just wanted to rap. And then I just slowly was like, I want to make some songs. So then that became, but really it wasn't even songs. It was like recordings of me rapping, you know, because it's kind of like a difference, you know what I mean? Like there's music. It's like there's recordings of you rapping, there's songs, and then there's music. If that makes sense, because some people make songs, but songs are like little empanadas or little hot pockets, little tacos. It's not really like music is when you make a meal. Music is a meal, you know what I mean? A song is just like a little Pop-Tart. Throw it in the microwave. I got, 16 to 8 or 16 to 8, and then be talking some shit on the outro. But music is like you actually have something more for it than that. Anyways, yeah, so I guess that probably came at like maybe when I was like maybe like I really started thinking about songs. Like I was rapping at 14, like seriously, but I was just rapping, just raps. All it was about was my lyricals and my lyricals and my lyricals. That's all it was. And then, and then later it became songs. Is probably like maybe like 18 or something like that, 19. So I had about 4 years of just fucking rapping, so not even thinking about the songs.
So who were you then before Young Hump?
I don't understand that question, but I'll tell you what. I'll say that, Mike Epps once said in the movie, I've been pimping since pimping been pimping. And Pumpernickel's been around for a long time, man. I'll break down. I'm gonna give y'all a fabulous breakdown of what it is. And I told this to my big bro, Edward Ellington. I told this to Edward Ellington at one point. I said, he listened to it and it was amazing. I said that, the hump energy is like this. It's a spirit that goes back, I don't know how long, thousands of years. I'll put it like this to make it make sense. Think about like the famous comedians and court gestures of the time. If you go back in time, right, you watch Game of Thrones, or you watch those periods of time where like, a motherfucker might be a king for 6 weeks and nigga chop his head off, somebody poison a motherfucker, this and this and that. Kings was coming and going, but it'd be those, the famous Sapelio that traveled from town to town on horseback and pulled out the little stage show and set up like, Barnum and Bailey type shit. Them niggas would fuck around and be around town for, 60 years doing that shit. It's like Hump is that. Hump exists through different presidential terms and different kingdoms and different ways they split up the land and decreed the government. Fuck all that, man. Hump is some shit that's like eternal, and you know what I mean. Like it was a beautiful, beautiful blessing that my big bro Edward Ellington, you know what I mean, the third. He slid it over me, so I'm that boy Humping Nichols. So that's really the easiest way for me to answer the question. Because the only way I can answer it more than that, I'd have to go with like, see all these trees. What I could do is I could like, go to the bottom of one of these trees and we could count how many rings are around the side of the tree, and that kind of explains the science of the Humping Nickel. We've been doing this for a long time, man. Humping Nickel gets his bread, So we out here.
Great, you're up. Shoot one, bud.
Yeah, glad to just hear from you, man. So I have a buddy, you know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about it because he's always tell me like funny moments about Shock G and stuff. Like